I just came back from shopping after 2 weeks living in this small room in this tiny hotel. I thought I'm gonna moving out, but things changed. So I don't know how many more weeks I'll stay, but that's what it is. And my life is unpredictable. Here's the Zen Koan I can start with. There's a thief and his father. His father thought that this guy who is a son can become a thief. So he tested. So he brought to this place where the samurai has some good thing going on, and there's a warehouse, and he sneaked in and trapped him to put him inside the cabinet and locked the door. And he had to figure out what to do. So he made a noise of a mouse, kind of scratching perhaps, and the people from the main house came down and hearing this noise, so opened up this cabinet, and then bang, he jumped out and surprising all the samurai. But they start to chase him because he's the thief. So he ran, and then he found this well and threw a stone, making big noise, and ran. And the samurai thought that he fell into the well. In the meantime, he left. I think the story was maybe longer, but the point is clear. Why there is such a Zen Koan. When you are in difficulty, how do you come up with the answer? You can see that koan is pointing that. And you use your imagination, intuition, and come up with the answer the best you can. So thief is not a good subject to be talking about, so that you're not encouraging thief, but at the same time it's for people to survive, and for that to happen as human, this training may be understandable. Not morally, but all the nature has shown, all the thief-like species, helping each other or cheating. And I remember a big shark, and there's a small shark underneath and stuck or just swimming, so they are protected. Nature is such a way of us to make living. So morale, and for all of the human to be happy, helping each other, is of course important, but at the lower level, without any skills or anything, for them to survive, I think we develop those skills, which is underlining in our subconscious. Not to say right or wrong, but that's what it is, to survive, to find food, maybe stealing from someone, and maybe you don't do it, but your ancestors may have done it, stealing from monkey or fish, and cheating to make a trap and do all sorts of things. But as we advance in morality and helping each other, we want to have some kind of a regulation. And that's how we came thus far. But when it comes to survival and going out of pain, that's always the issue, whether you are in a pre-Vietnam period or in this modern age. I see that political situation going on in the US, and there are lots of cheating going on, lying, trapping. The opposite side to expose those problems and try to paint what they're doing doesn't make sense, so they're just figuring out. When I look at that, when I post on my Facebook every now and then, it gives me had sense of what this civilization is about, but at the same time, a wonderful sense of, how can I explain this? Genuine sense of working together to come up with solution instead of believing something and things gonna work without making effort. So the ownership, accountability, and people to develop the sense and still follow the law instead of cheating is important. But if the progression, the level of progression is less, the opponent may just fight like hell. We have to learn. So anyway, that's just a story of this thief and the progression and how we may evolve over time. And my point of this small hotel, it turned out that I have to stay there for here for a while. I don't know exactly how long. But the point is that I can feel miserable if you are in the position that you're supposed to have something going on and it didn't happen. There's a violation of the promise. But that happens. So I was out shopping and I have to figure out this tiny refrigerator, what to buy, and riding this bicycle, which is in my room, so that I can have my bike not to be stolen on the street. This tiny room. And I love it. It sounds weird, perhaps. But I guess one theme that I may have, I subscribe. No matter what situation, find a way out, or find a way to be happy, or at least go over, so that we don't have pain, to be creative. I like this along the program that the people are left in cold weather, Vancouver Island, Alaska, and they have to survive for 10 days and 100 days, and they have to be ingenious about it. And I wrote the book called New Manufacturing Challenge, which is about waste elimination, which is at the same time mean full utilization of our talent. That's how I put it. And I'm living exactly what I feel meaningful, to fulfill what I have, make the most of the situation, organize. I may forget this and that, but somehow put things in order, organize, flow, clarity, less confusion, and eat that's needed, and go out playing pickleball, meet people, exercise, come back, do some work, even post some idea that I want to share on the YouTube, and that's my life. Why I do share the YouTube, I may have explained it elsewhere, but this is a test. Well, life is a test. How to manifest your potential, Zen Koan, full utilization of talent. And looking at the situation and finding that I have to stay, all right, what need to do, and figure out. It's an interesting challenge because in your life, anything can happen. I'm concerned about these political issues and what's going to happen in the States and even around, technology advancing and what's going to happen. But hopefully we have the attitude to accept whatever is happening and there's people in ambulance and the homeless people. But we can go over. So one of the points that I like to share is that be satisfied whatever the situation we fall into. Satisfy may not be the right word because it may be painful, but find a way and appreciate the ability we may be able to find a way, like the case of the thief getting out, not to be doing something wrong, so of course you have to be concerned about it. But ideally, as you feel comfortable, express who you are and not violate the rule of the society so that you're happy and people are happy. That's the passage I think we always need to find out. So I think the moral of the lesson of my being here, now 2 weeks, and it could be another 2-3 weeks or a month and a half, I don't know, is make the most and have fun. And I appreciate the fact that I can ride a bicycle, and this bicycle, I carry this backpack and food so much, but I found a way to hook it on the bicycle and ride back. And I'm healthy, and I appreciate it. When you're young, you're learning how to get better in whatever you do. When you're getting older, you're losing your ability of whatever you could do, it cannot be done. So you have to maintain and strengthen and confirm and even challenge, in this case myself, to see how much I can play pickleball for the younger guys. I'm still doing it. And I'm, for some reason, healthy. My brother got a stroke just 3 weeks ago or so, and half of the body is not moving. Anything can happen. Even if you're young, I remember my college friend, one of the most important one, he passed away when he was 50. Things like that happen. So let's make the most and not to be comparing with others to feel victimize yourself. Kids don't do that. Maybe some kids, but especially when you're that young, they're creative to go over the hurdles. That creativeness, inquisitiveness, and find the joy in even the little thing, and be happy that you have the skill. This planet may not last long. Some of the news says that in 3 years, general artificial intelligence may happen, and that may cause the whole chaos in the world. Climate change, political situation. Let's do our best. In my case, this experience of making the most of what I can do and still being able to do, give me energy, courage, and wish that I can contribute something. Because if you have that sense of contributing to the world, you have additional good reason to live, which is, I believe, it's going to help you because you are doing what you're supposed to do to live well, and you have the purpose. I was talking to a guy today, black guy, who usually asks questions. In this case, he was a singer, doing something else. I asked what the dream he has. Didn't go far on that part of the subject we talked about. So for some reason I have been thinking this and posted on the YouTube, asking myself what's most important now, what to do. If I have it, well, let's do it. If you don't have it, if I don't have it, what do you do? That's like a Zen Koan. I think it's a good one because you want to be focused, orienting for something good for the society as well as good for you. And if you don't have that, you don't have less reason to live and be happy about. If your aim is the money or fame, and when you have those, then what happens? We need to be creative. And for that, there's a need, I believe. It's kind of like hungriness, the desire, we want to contribute something, and we want to have that as something important. Not just doing things for the sake of doing and painting this and organizing this. That's okay. It's necessary. And go visit this place and that place. But synthesizing all that experience, what we have learned, and come up with the answer. And in my case, so I decided to come to this place and finding the place like my home. In Japanese, there's a saying, if you live there, it's like you're in a miyako. I don't know what's the English translation. You are in a wonderful place. You create the area and organization like a bird making a nest, that you organize things and things start to flow and you get things done. So you have the opportunity not to lose it, not having many houses and running around. Well, I have some properties, but be humble, sincere, truthful, and find the joy, and test every now and then perhaps to be in a situation to see how much you can handle. It's a case study of life. Maybe you don't want to do what I'm doing, but I'm maybe self-justifying, but connecting to the sense of aliveness and being able to find what is meaningful and interesting. So ask the right question, ask what's important, and do that. If you don't know what's important, the important thing is to ask the question, what's important? Then you may have the satisfaction, not just personally, but related to your skills and what you can do to others, so that we have the future and the meaning in what I do, you do, to live and appreciate in the process. So this place I never expected before coming here from Hawaii. But this is my heavenly abode, residence, small place. And I have everything, and I'm healthy. Lucky enough, I appreciate it. So may all beings be happy and have fun, yet know what's important and find the passage to achieve that. Thank you.